Hey everyone, in today's video, we want to take a look under the hood when it comes to file management, whether you're dealing with template files, preset files, and song session files in Presonus Studio One or Fender Studio Pro. This video is for you. I want to be able to help you understand kind of what's happening behind the scenes, because especially as you're checking things out, whether that's my Strat Tones pack or the templates that I'm providing over on my website, this will go a long way in help you understanding how that works. And then also you can be making your own presets and templates and sharing them across the interwebs. So all that in today's video. My name is Chris Green. I am a completely independent creator, so it would go a long way if you hit the like and subscribe buttons. Now let's jump into the Finder window. I say Finder because I imagine a lot of you out there are on a Mac machine. I will say that when it comes to Windows, there are going to be some differences, but I don't believe when it comes to file management, you should be able to work through the differences pretty cleanly. So in Windows, you'll have a My Documents folder. We're also going to have a Documents folder here in the Mac world. If you happen to be a Windows user and you find that things just aren't clicking, you're following along this video and things aren't lining up exactly the way they should be, just let me know in the comments section. I'd be happy to send you an email and help you out as best I can. So the main thing is your main directory. This is when you begin Fender Studio Pro or Presonus Studio One. This is going to be the main hub of all of your file storage. When you create a new song in Fender Studio Pro or Presonus Studio One, one of the first things it's going to ask you is, where do you want to save all your files? So if I sit down at my drum set behind me and I start recording music, where is all that information going? And by default, it's going to go into your main directory, which is going to be somewhere near the Documents folder. So for instance, I have this already set up as a shortcut on my screen, but if I go to my Documents folder, here at the top, you can see I've got a folder called Studio One. So this is my main directory. If you are new to Fender Studio Pro and you don't have any previous versions of Studio One, you weren't around during the Presonus days, your folder probably says Fender instead of Studio One. It might even say Studio Pro. If you have a previous version of Studio One installed on your system, like I do, I still have Studio One version 7 and I have Fender Studio Pro version 8. It's all going to be in my Studio One folder. So again, that's at my Documents folder. And then in the folder section, there should be something called Studio One, possibly Studio Pro or Fender if you are a new user. Hey everyone, underneath my videos, you probably noticed what's called the Strat Tones pack. These are 20 presets I've created using the Fender Mustang Native plugin for the very purpose of you being able to plug in your electric guitar into your audio interface and have some great sounding tones that are just ready to record. Here is a little bit of one of my favorites from the ambient section. It's called Ambient Background Reverb, and it essentially does what it says it does. So if you're interested, check out the Strat Tones pack available underneath this video. And hey, I've also heard that if you are a Les Paul user, if you've got some humbuckers, these should sound good as well. So check it out underneath this video. And here you can see we have a bunch of really exciting folders. First and foremost, it's the songs folder. When you create a new song in Fender Studio Pro, this is where it's creating a new folder. So here I've got certain songs. We've got the Sweet Hour of Prayer. That's one of my wife's songs that she just released. Inside that folder, I've got folders for bounces, cache, history, media, mixdown. Mixdown is very important because mixdown is essentially what you have when you export your song, whether that's a WAV file or an MP3. That's where the mixdown stuff's going to happen. So when I export a song using the loop region or using just the export session function, it usually opens up this folder, and that folder can be routed back to Documents, Studio One or Fender Studio Pro, your main directory, songs, and then there is your mixdown. Media is very important because media is every take. If you are not deleting your takes as you are recording, this is every take I had when it was vocals, drums, I see snare bottom, overhead, kick, electric guitar. So if you are missing a file, if you're recording a song and you can't find where that take was, you know you recorded something, you just don't know where it landed, well, you need to check your songs folder in your main directory and then also check the media folder. Media is basically the pool in Presonus Studio One or Fender Studio Pro. On the side browser tab, you have an option to where you can select the pool, okay? The pool is going to be the location where all of these takes have been recorded to. And essentially, it's just reaching for this folder here, which is the media folder. The history folder is going to be any copies of the song that you saved as you were going. So this is a neat program in that it auto saves pretty regularly. You can change the frequency of that. But as you can see, I can go back to May 2nd, I can go to May 3rd, May 4th, and so forth. You've got different backups of this session. Now that is the songs folder. One thing I do want to recommend to you is as you're creating a new session or a new song, you don't always have to save to your main directory. Your main directory is going to be on the internal drive of your laptop, or it's going to be on the main drive of your computer. If you are using an external SSD where you're saving your songs off of your main system, that would make sense. You'll need to indicate where that's being saved. And so if you are using an external drive, make sure that you coordinate for that, because it won't be in your main directory. It won't be in your documents folder. It'll be on your external drive. Now I'm going to go back to my Studio One main directory, because as far as song sessions go, you've got so many different options. If you are sending me a song that you want me to check out, one of the best things you can do is simply to just go up in Studio Pro or Studio One, go to File, and go to Save to New Folder. When you give the option to save to a new folder, it is going to collect all of that good information, that media folder with all your takes. It's going to take all your settings. It's going to take your exact session as it is. And when it saves it to a new folder, you can put that on your desktop somewhere that's handy. And then you can compress that, and then you can email that to someone like me. So if you're sharing your session with someone else, that might be a good route for you to go. If you're asking somebody to mix a project, and you're sending them an MP3, you're not going to get the best results that you could. Most people that are looking to do any mixing or mastering of a song, they would like to have the entire session. Not so much with mastering, but definitely if you're wanting a mix critique or you're wanting somebody to mix a song for you, they want the original files. You can take a look at all the plugins, but for the most part, we're just going to bypass all the plugins anyway. So it's going to be a large file, but you can go to Save to New Folder. There's also options for you to export in your session. You can go up to Session at the top and export stems. When you're exporting stems, like I use this at the church that I work at when we have a Sunday service, if I'm exporting a certain song that we played live, I will export the stem tracks. Basically, it goes through each of the tracks that I have, like piano, drums, bass guitar, electric guitar, and it's going to take all those files within a certain range. It's going to give me stems. Stems are also useful if you're doing any remixing and things like that. But let's go back to the Finder window. At the Finder window, outside of the songs folder, we can go over to templates. So templates is something there, if you are interested in my Studio Pro template or the Studio One template for version 7, you're going to want to follow along with this. So in my templates folder, I have a folder for version 4, version 6, version 7, and version 8. Those are just previous versions of Studio One and Studio Pro that I have template information shared with. So version 8 is going to contain, in my songs folder here, I have a song template for my Home Studio Pro, and then the newest version, the Fender Studio Pro mix template. All that information is there. So if you've downloaded my Fender Studio Pro mix template, there are 3 main files you want to know about. That is the data file, the PNG, not as important, and then you also have the template file as well. So these 3 files, super important. You want to take these files and you want to paste them into that directory. So again, navigate to your Studio One or your Fender main directory. So you're looking at these folders here. All right, so if you don't have a templates folder, then just create a new templates folder. Just right click, new folder, name it templates. You want to go in and you want to create, if you're on version 8 of Studio Pro, just create a V8 folder. Within that, create a folder called songs, and then you can paste these 3 files. So most of you out there are probably not going to have the Home Studio Pro. That is like the version 1 of my template. The newest version, what's available to you, is Fender Studio Pro Mix template. It just has a few changes made from the original template. If you previously purchased Home Studio Pro, you do have instant access to the latest and greatest version. So that is where you want to paste those files. From there, when you create a new session in Fender Studio Pro, if you click the user tab, it is basically going to scan that folder and it's going to pull up the templates that are available. So here I have my Home Studio Pro template. I have my Fender Studio Pro Mix template. Those are the ones that are in my version 8. The reason you're seeing a Presonus Studio 1 template is that that template is located in my version 7 folder. As you can see, I have those 3 files there. So if you're using Presonus Studio 1 version 7, you want to make sure you put that folder in there, okay? Most templates are going to be compatible usually with that version and then whatever is newer. So I can open up a version 7 template in Studio Pro version 8. It just won't have any of the plugins that are specific to version 8. So version 8 has a vocal tuning stock plugin built into version 8. That vocal tuning stock plugin does not work with version 7 of Presonus Studio 1. And that's why I have 2 separate templates, because not every plugin that's in version 8 is available in version 7. However, my version 7 template should open up with version 8 because all of the older stuff had been carried over. So that's why you're seeing those there. So those are song templates. Now, when you open up a new template, like I've got my Studio Pro Mix template right here, if you go in and make changes, let's say you don't want to have the snare top to be that loud, you want to turn it down to -5. The intent of the template is to have you a really good starting point from where to go. But if you want to make changes, make as many changes as you'd like, and then navigate up to the top. We want to go to File, Save as Template, and it will give you an option to save a new template. So if your name is Ryan, you can say Ryan's template. Then you can say made some changes to CG's template. You can put some more descriptive elements there. Snare track is quieter. You can change the icon, which would be the picture, and then you can click OK. And what that will do is it will create another template file based off of the one that I started for you. If you want to update my mix template and know that it's going to have those changes that you put in place, if you're really dedicated to that, just click Replace Existing. And then we'll ask you to choose what template are you updating, essentially. So I'm going to update my Fender Studio Pro template, and then I click Open, okay? I don't want to do that in this session, but that is how that works. And then you have your template and you're ready to go. Now, outside of song templates, we also have preset packs. So as you have probably heard by now, I've got my Strat Tones pack, which are presets I've created for the Fender Mustang Native plugin. So I'm going to go back to my main Studio 1 directory, might be your Fender Studio Pro directory. In your Documents folder, instead of going to Templates, we have a Presets folder. If you don't see a Presets folder, you need to create one and just call it Presets. Try copy exactly as what you are seeing. So within my Presets folder, I've got a Fender folder. So for the Fender Mustang Native plugin, you need to have a Fender folder, which I have here. And then within my Fender folder, I have a folder called Mustang Native. Again, if you don't see any of these, you need to create them. So there's a Mustang Native. And then I have a folder called Strat Tones. I want you to create a new folder, call it Strat Tones, call it CG Strat Tones, whatever's going to help you know what that is. And within that folder is where I want you to paste all of the files that you've downloaded. So when you download my Strat Tones file, there will be 20 presets within that. You want you to open up those presets, copy them, and I want you to paste them into this directory. So again, that is going to be your Studio 1 or your Studio Pro directory within your Documents folder. Within Studio 1, I have presets. Within presets, I have Fender. Within Fender, I have Mustang Native, and then I have a folder for Strat Tones. If you do it that way, the next time that you open up Studio Pro, it's good for you to close. If you've done any of these changes behind the scenes, I want you to close out of Studio Pro and Studio 1 completely. Just close them down. When you open it back up, it's going to scan for all those presets. It's going to scan for any changes you made to the directory. So then if I go into one of my input tracks, like input 1 has Mustang Native ready to go. If I click this drop-down menu, you should see a folder called Strat Tones. And within Strat Tones, as you can see, I have all my presets here. I can go to Rock Golden Drives, and it has all these lovely pedals ready to go. Okay. Another way, if that doesn't work, which I have found this to be quite buggy on Fender Studio Pro, just bear with it. Sometimes you have to recycle the program a couple of times for it to catch up. If nothing's working for you, I want you to open up Mustang Native and click this files icon. When you click this, I want you to go to import preset. If you do it this way, I still want you to create those preset files. I want you to put them in your documents folder at least. Get them out of your downloads folder because I don't want anything to happen to them. I don't want them to get deleted and then your system can't find where they are. So make sure your stuff is saved nice and organized like. But then it's going to ask, what presets do you want to load? And what I would encourage you to do is just to click and drag, select all 20 presets, and then click open. When you do it that way, you will notice all of my presets have been loaded. The only downside of doing it this way is that you don't have a folder called Strat Tones. So me, I like things to be a little bit more organized. I like seeing these small folders here. Even this one that says default at the top is kind of bugging me. What you can do is you can right click and you can click delete preset if you want to remove any sorts of presets from there. I don't know. I guess it let me, but I didn't think it was going to let me delete the default preset, but there we go. If you don't have this folder here and you want to move them into a folder, you can right click and say move to new folder, or you can move it to an existing folder. So you can go through and move these all around. I have also found that to be a little bit buggy. Even when you tell it to move to a new folder, you don't see it. You see it move to the new folder, but then the original is still in place. So that starts to get a little clunky to me. That's a little, that's problematic because I don't want the same preset being saved in two locations. So that's something maybe Fender Studio Pro can take a look into, but by and large, I do wish this were a little bit more click and drag, where I can move these things around willy-nilly, but we're just dealing with it as it is. So if you have the Strat Tones, for instance, or any of my presets, if you're downloading like the impact drums, any of my drum samples, that kind of thing, that would be the way I would go about doing it. Make sure I've created the new folder inside of the Fender main directory, make sure it's under Mustang Native, create a folder called Strat Tones, and then paste the 20 of them there, and then you are good to go. I do have a free drum samples pack available to you as my Pure Maple kit. It's over at heychrisgreen.com. At the top of the page, you can simply add your email to the newsletter, and the first email you receive automatically is going to be my Pure Maple kit download. That is a zip file containing presets for impact drums if you're on Studio One or Studio Pro. It's got a Logic Pro and Ableton preset as well, but then it also has a folder where you just have access to the drum samples. So if you want to use the drum samples in your own creative way, you can certainly do that. So again, that's available to you over at heychrisgreen.com.